What's the real reason for this child molesting, child sex trafficking, all of this evil that's going on in this world today? It's the way those criminals are brought up and the societies they are being brought up through. Let's break this down quickly. Moral degeneracy in the US, in the West, and in the East, and everywhere in the world is going down very quickly. Very soon, humans will be lacking everything that we've known about them, of good moral values, gallantry, good Samaritanship. All of these values are dissipating. Another thing, of course, is why are these politicians going into these constant, Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky and all these types of Epstein files and all of these, again, moral degeneracy. There are no values. People are not being brought up to believe that moral values are important. Moral values is what make up families, is what make up good upbringing, is what makes up people that are resilient and resistant to bribery and to being bought and to their having their principles being sold to the devil. Let's address the root of this problem. The root of this is the people that are holding the ropes, the ones that have their own values that they are teaching their followers, the rabbinical teachings that teach that it's okay to abuse a 3-year-old goyim little girl. It's okay for them. They will do this without even feeling that there is a problem. It's like when you go and you have a burger, do you feel bad? No. But if you were of a different faith and that burger came from your God, then you would feel very bad. Now, this is just a different example. But for those people that think that you are not human enough, that you have no value, that you are just there to serve their purpose and just be discarded, the very clear thing that they do in Gaza is just a result of what they believe in. All of the sexual abuse, all the political sellouts, all of the controls, all of the Epstein behaviors, all of these things are symptoms of the root disease which is embedded into their teachings. If we don't resolve this problem at the root, what's happening in Gaza can and will happen here in America. It's happened before in Russia. For those who don't know, look back into the Bolshevik Revolution, look back into the gulags, look back into how tens of millions, up to 50 or 60 million Christians were slaughtered. Of course, there was other people as well, but the extreme majority were Christians by the Bolsheviks. America is under occupation. And if you don't realize that, you're just dumb, or your eyes are closed, or you don't know. Occupation doesn't just take place by soldiers on your own streets of foreign nations or foreign soldiers occupying your nation. Occupation of a country nowadays happens with bought out politicians that drain you out of your resources. That's the exact reason why that's why colonial actions have taken place. A colonialist country goes into another weak country to drain out its resources and then use its people as slaves. What do slaves do? They work so that they could empower the slave owners. So look at what we have here in the US. People work their asses off. They can barely work, or they can barely live check to check. They can barely afford what they are wanting to afford. And then they're paying all these trillions of dollars in taxes. And now the government is borrowing money from a private bank owned by a couple of families that most of us know. And then what happens? We end up paying, right now, on $37 trillion worth of debt, we're paying close to $1 trillion or plus a year. We're paying about $3 to $4 billion every single day in interest payments to this family. And this family is one of the heads of the family of the same group that's occupying this country. What are police doing? Our police are the attack dogs. Unknowingly, the police force are great people, but each one of the individual police officers has no control. They're just as weak and as powerless as you or I are, because they're basically ordered to just do what they're told. In other words, our freedom of speech is under attack. It's under major. What makes America great? Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of all the freedoms. This is the land of the free. Are we really free anymore? This is the thing that we've got to think about. America is under occupation. And if we don't act like it's under occupation, we're going to be under severe occupation and we're going to be slaughtered. And if we wake up and rise, America is built on a revolution. America is built on a revolution. We need to bring back that revolution. We need to take out all of these politicians out of office, and they need to be tried for treason, because when you put Israel first, then you're not American. I don't care if you're born and raised here. I don't care if your great-great-great-grandparents were born here. If you put any other country before America, you're not American. You don't have values that put America first. And if you were born in a different country and then you put America first, then you're more patriotic in my eyes than a person that was born here 300 years ago and today they are a traitor and they work for another country. America is under occupation and we need to free America. And once we free America, the whole world will be free.